Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. We're continuing our series of daily morning meditations, where we generally look at one or another lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the daily office lectionary. And today I thought we would go ahead and take a look at the lesson that's assigned from the book of Numbers, the 12th chapter, beginning at the first verse. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. And he said, Hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Hath he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. Now the man Moses was very meek, above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses, and unto Aaron, and unto Miriam, Come out, ye three, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Lord came down in a pillar of the cloud, and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came forth. And he said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore, then, were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the angel of the Lord was kindled against them. The anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not up this sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, whom he cometh out of his mother's womb. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Heal her now, O God, I beseech thee. And the Lord said to Moses, If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out of the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again. And Miriam was shut from the camp 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Miriam had been brought in again. And afterwards the people removed from Hazeroth and pitched in the wilderness of Paran. Okay, so a couple of interesting things. First of all, we're hearing about Moses marrying this Ethiopian woman. And it's interesting because he's talking about Zipporah. And other translations don't use the word Ethiopian. Rather, they say that she was a Cushite, which is one of the tribes that was in that region. But of course, it would be in North Africa, most likely more of what we would consider more Arabic. So, but kind of interesting to think of that Moses taking one of the many wives that he did take was of somebody from that region. But the issue here becomes twofold. One is that Miriam and Aaron question Moses' authority, and God has to take them aside and set them straight. He said, look, I speak to other prophets, and I speak to them through visions and dreams and things like that. But Moses, face to face, I talk to Moses. So he's the one who has the authority, right? Yes, I've given you guys direction in various ways, but not in the way that Moses, because of his meekness and because of that God has chosen him, right? And then what's interesting to me, and I had to do a little research on this because it does bother me, is that only Miriam of the two of them ends up being leprous. Why is that? Why isn't Aaron also struck with leprosy? Well, it has to do, I think, twofold. One of all, of course, is once you're struck with leprosy, you are an outcast, right? You cannot be a part of the community because it's considered an infectious disease. And so we know especially because we deal with it in the New Testament, with the idea of you have to go to the priest and prove that you've been cleansed, that the leprosy is gone for you to be readmitted. So for 7 days, the punishment is going to be that Miriam is excluded because she is leprous. But why not Aaron? Well, for one thing, the way in which the context of the Hebrew text is written, and I did do some research on this, is that Miriam's the one who started the problem and then got Aaron in as a support. So Miriam is the instigator. But the other thing has to do with the fact that Aaron was the priest, right? And if the priest is unclean, then who is going to intercede for the people, right? And Aaron was the priest, is from an Aaronic priesthood. So God continued to have to use Aaron, have to. I hate to say God has to do something, but because of the Aaronic priesthood, because Aaron has to intercede, and Aaron in fact does intercede for Miriam to Moses. Moses intercedes for Miriam to God. That there is sort of a sense of that God is using Aaron for this particular purpose, and that's why he is not. So, but I think most likely it has to do more with the fact that this was this particular case. It was Miriam who stirred up the troops and began the rebellion. So anyway, it's just kind of interesting. Helps us to do our research. Right, you get yourself your annotated Bible and read the notes, and then you start doing some research as well in different sort of concordances, and it helps you to fill in the spaces. So today is Wednesday, 12:15, Holy Communion, and I do hope to see you in church.